A fiery heroine, a brooding gentleman, and a house hiding dark secrets. Jane Eyre by Charlotte Brontë isn't just a love story. It's a tale of independence, resilience, and the fight for self-respect. Ready to uncover its depths? Let's dive in. Welcome back to Tales from Tome. I'm Jone, your guide to the most iconic and thought-provoking books of all time. Today, we're tackling Jane Eyre, a Gothic masterpiece that has captured readers' hearts for nearly 200 years. Whether you're new to this classic or looking for a fresh perspective, I've got you covered. Let's start with the story itself. Brace yourself for drama, heartbreak, and a whole lot of passion. First up, Jane's childhood. Or should I say, her tragic childhood? Orphaned at a young age, Jane is taken in by her aunt, Mrs. Reed, who is, let's just say, not the nurturing type. Mrs. Reed treats Jane like an unwanted burden, and her cousins aren't much better, especially John, who bullies her relentlessly. But Jane doesn't back down. In one of her first defining moments, she stands up to Mrs. Reed, even if it means being sent away to Lowood School. Lowood is no Hogwarts, that's for sure. It's a harsh, cold place where the students endure terrible conditions. But Jane finds two important things here: education and friendship. Her bond with Helen Burns is especially touching. Helen's kindness and stoicism influence Jane deeply. Sadly, Helen dies of illness, leaving Jane to navigate the world alone once again. Years later, Jane becomes a governess at Thornfield Hall, and this is where things get very interesting. Thornfield is dark, mysterious, and full of secrets, just like its master, Mr. Rochester. Mr. Rochester is not your typical romantic hero. He's brooding, unpredictable, and, let's be honest, a little rough around the edges. But Jane sees something in him, and he sees something in her. Their conversations crackle with wit and chemistry. Rochester admires Jane's sharp mind and independence, and Jane is drawn to his complexity. Their relationship is unconventional for the time. Jane is not a passive, swooning heroine. She challenges Rochester, stands up to him, and demands to be treated as his equal. And he loves her for it. But just when you think they're heading for a happy ending, boom! Brontë drops one of the biggest twists in literary history. Here it is: Mr. Rochester has a wife. And not just any wife. Bertha Mason is alive and locked in the attic of Thornfield Hall. She's mentally ill and has been hidden away for years. This revelation is a gut punch, not just for Jane, but for readers. It's Gothic, it's tragic, and it's deeply unsettling. Jane, heartbroken and betrayed, makes the painful decision to leave Thornfield. Even though she loves Rochester, she refuses to compromise her morals or her sense of self-worth. This is what makes Jane such a revolutionary character. She chooses integrity over love, even when it breaks her heart. After leaving Thornfield, Jane faces more struggles but also finds a sense of independence. She inherits a fortune from a long-lost relative and reconnects with her cousins, the Rivers family. One of them, St. John Rivers, proposes to Jane not for love, but because he wants her to join him as a missionary. And guess what? Jane says no. She respects herself too much to settle for anything less than a true partnership. But her heart still longs for Rochester. When she hears that Thornfield has burned down, she rushes back to find him. The fire destroyed the mansion, and Rochester is now blind and injured. But here's the thing: this is where their love story truly shines. With the power dynamic shifted, Jane and Rochester meet as equals. She chooses to be with him, not because she needs him, but because she wants him. Jane Eyre is packed with themes that are still incredibly relevant today. Let's break down a few of the big ones. First, independence. Jane refuses to let anyone define her, whether it's her cruel aunt, the oppressive rules of Lowood, or even the man she loves. She fights for her right to live on her terms. That's a message we all need to hear, right? Then there's the idea of love versus morality. Jane's decision to leave Rochester after discovering his secret isn't just about heartbreak, it's about staying true to her values. She shows us that love shouldn't come at the cost of self-respect. And let's not forget the Gothic elements. The eerie setting, Bertha's tragic backstory, and the fire at Thornfield all add layers of mystery and drama that keep readers hooked. So, what's the takeaway? Jane Eyre is more than a romance, it's a story about resilience, self-discovery, and the courage to stand up for what you believe in. Jane's journey reminds us that we can face the world's challenges and emerge stronger for it. What do you think? Does Jane's story inspire you? And what's your take on her relationship with Rochester? Let me know in the comments, I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe for more literary adventures, and share this with someone who loves classic books. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Tales from Tome.